Emmanuel Macron was accused of trying to reassert France's influence over its former protectorate following his visit to Lebanon last month. Now he's back just a few weeks later. His visit coinciding with the 100th anniversary of France declaring Lebanon an independent state. It is a coincidence not lost on the Lebanese people, but Macron says his aim is purely to push reforms in Lebanon.
Moi, je fais confiance ce soir.
I am putting my trust in Lebanese government officials this evening, but I have said clearly, if by the set date, the end of October, your leaders have not met their commitments, we must draw consequences. What does this mean? This means that either nothing has been done, and at this point it is clear I would have to tell the international community cannot meet our aid commitments in Lebanon. But I would also have to explain the Lebanese people, we were ready to help you, your leaders have decided otherwise.
Lebanon is one of the most indebted countries in the world. It is going through an economic crisis and sectarian tensions are rising. Adding to its woes, the massive blast that ripped through Beirut's port last month. 190 people were killed and 300,000 left homeless, as large parts of the city were turned into rubble. Macron spearheaded an international campaign that raised $300 million in aid for Lebanon. Foreign donors also pledged long-term support, but they say Lebanon will only get the money if it tackles corruption.
And while the political elite in Lebanon welcomed French President Macron, the feeling on the streets of Beirut is very different.
Demonstrators calling for reform have accused Macron of trying to keep the corrupt ruling class in power.
Of course, Macron has alternate motives as well. He's not here just because he loves us.
It's very beneficiary for an elite power that has ruled Lebanon previously to exert some pressure on the political factions that are ruling the country. But at the same time, it's recycling for the French occupation that ended in the early 40s.
Another group of protesters outside the French embassy called for the immediate release of George Abdallah. The Lebanese leftist guerrilla leader has been in a French jail for 36 years, although he was granted parole in 2013. France has refused to release him.
The first message is for them to free George Abdallah today. The second is an overall in Lebanon. Let him stop interfering in the Lebanese democracy, and he is renewing the same regime which all people are now against.
Macron's latest visit is one that is being looked at with suspicion after his previous comment that France would never let go of Lebanon earned him the nickname Macron Bonaparte in an online meme. Altaf Ahmed, TRT World, Beirut.